It's fairly well known at this point that Phil Spencer has a bit of a reputation for being a good guy in the industry, and of course, fairly recently he made some pretty nice comments to Sony when he congratulated them on Twitter for the fact that Bloodborne had sold over 1 million copies. This is definitely rare to see in an industry that sometimes pits rivals such as Sony and Microsoft against each other. In a recent interview with GameSpot, he spoke about the Xbox brand and said that he doesn't think his job is to keep you from buying something else, and that's pretty much a direct quote. And he also spoke about, quote, the divisiveness that people try to build between platforms, and basically separated himself from the so-called console wars, which I'm sure we're all getting a bit bored of at this point anyway. And he went on to say, quote, it becomes more about what piece of plastic I own than what games I'm playing. It becomes more about somebody else failing than the things I love succeeding. I don't think that's a good place for our industry. And then he went on to say he would rather focus on how well Xbox is doing rather than feel bad because PlayStation is doing better or worse or whatever. And he went on to say, quote, we see opportunity to delight customers, to give them more reasons to engage with the platform than we have, and it's really all about the unrealised opportunity that's in front of us. Then when people bring up, well, what about Nintendo? What about Sony? Isn't it too bad that Sony is selling a lot of PlayStation 4s right now? I honestly don't feel that it's too bad. It's definitely refreshing to see from someone in Phil Spencer's position, and of course, he would like his company to do well, and that's all he's focusing on from the sound of things. He's thinking about how well are we doing, am I happy with our progress, rather than thinking, oh, but Sony's doing better. So of course it's always a little disappointing when your rival is outselling you, but as long as you're happy with the targets that you're reaching and you're not seeing, you know, numbers written in screaming red, then you can probably feel satisfied and of course aim to do better, aim to get more sales, aim to bring more customers in. But you don't do that, at least for Phil, by saying my rival's product is worse, so you should buy my one. He instead says my product's really, really good for these reasons, and then if someone finds those reasons appealing, they will then buy that product. Console wars is obviously a thing that's probably never going to go away, but it's still refreshing to see this from Phil. I'd love to hear your thoughts though, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.